Very good morning, good afternoon, and good day. This is Bipin Barmahai from Dubai, Sharjah, once again on your parcel to discuss about one of the most critical subject in 2025 in this year in reference to many delayed and pending projects with many companies because of various financial and business related delayment which has happened in 2025 because of global financial volatility. And from the reference of that, many companies, as it is right now in the end of August 2025, and we only have September, October, November and December, so which is only 4 months left. In many other companies, you might have already open projects which you have not started working. Many a times, many of the companies you may have already started working on some of those project deliverables, but without hiring a project manager, full-time hiring, because budgeting decisions were not being taken, hiring decisions were not being taken, it is on hold. You are not able to hire a resource, so you have been probably utilizing some of your internal manpower to initiate, kickstart the project, but still the project is in a very slow pace. It's not going as expected, and many of you might have not started the project itself with the conditional statement that the project manager is yet to be hired, the company budgeting approval is not there, so we are not able to hire a qualified project manager, and this particular project requires somebody to take care of it. For example, SAP, in IT technology segment, SAP deployment, AI enablement, AI automation, right? HR transformations, right? Then certain back office upgrades, right? Data center deployments, like maybe disaster recovery creation, DR process creation, DR enablement, etc. Some digital transformation which will benefit the company from the perspective of financial, fine-tuning, cost efficiencies, etc. So there are many projects where right now the company and the management is not seeing the result as it is being expected, where you have already committed from your budget of 2025. Some of you might have already paid for the tools and utilities, the softwares, licenses, but still the project has not yet started or in progress in a very slow pace, in a very negligible progress, and you only have 4 months time left from 2025 to take care of this year's deliverable. Of course, from the leadership perspective, organizational leadership perspective, the year-end KPI is depending on the entire year's deliverables. So these projects might be one of your challenges in achieving those KPIs and targets. So today's discussion is completely from the perspective of this particular problem which you are having, the challenges that you are having right now, and how to fix that problem, how to fix this challenge to ensure that by end of this year, your projects have progressed significantly, providing the much needed percentage to your KPI achievement, or maybe the project is completely being done, although it was being timelined for 12 months, but you will probably be able to achieve that entire project deliverables in a very fast track way in next 4 months timeline, right? So let's start on this delayed project agenda for today. So once again, this is a homemade board, so you are seeing some reflections a little bit. So my apologies, please bear this inconvenience. So delayed project, loss of money. If you are not able to achieve the project, of course the business will lose money, because why we do projects, why we deliver certain things, because business need that, right? So business will be definitely requiring that deployment, requiring that implementation in order to do something, some part of the business, it is going to be achieving that. So loss of money and how to fix that problem. So let's start. Now when we talk about, let's first categorize let's first categorize the projects. And this is specifically for any kind of project in any vertical, whether that is technology, whether that is non-technology, whether that is constructions, oil and gas, any business, any industry vertical. It is a generic, project termination which I'm putting up. You can refer to my yesterday's video, which is talking from the project efficiency, how best, project managers can play around to ensure that your projects are being delivered. Any vertical projects are being delivered effectively. So that's a subject which we have already spoken yesterday. So today we will discuss about how to handle. We have gone fine-tuned, narrowed down, and I will explain you how best you can achieve your project deliverables in 2025 within next 4 months time. So this is what is the takeaway from this today's session, right? So let's go ahead and start the project categorization. So first of all, the first category, I'm writing it a little bit bigger so that you can see it clearly. The first category of project A category, is the project which is completely on hold. On hold. Right? Completely on hold, pending. Pending project. The first category of project is the pending project. The second category of project, category B, is initiated but minimal percentage achieved, minimal percentage of deliverable achieved, right? So this is the two category of project which you are having right now. Now we will start with the on hold pending project, right? And then we will go to the initiated minimal percentage category. So two major category of project once again you are having right now. The first category is on hold pending, the project which you have committed. Probably you have signed a contract with a vendor. Probably this is an internal project. You have agreed on the SOW DOU, internal project DOU, document of understanding, right? You may be writing a statement of work among the departments. That's fine. So internal project, it may be an external project. You might have signed a contract. You might have already agreed to the SOW with the vendor, but those are on hold pending project, and you are waiting for a project manager to start the work. Probably you are waiting for something else, maybe some availability from some other department, etc., etc. So all internal company related dependencies, decision dependencies. So that's an on hold pending project. That is the first category. The second category, we'll take it up next. Sorry. So when we talk about the on hold pending project, let me write it down a little bit on the top. On hold pending, okay? It is on hold pending project. Now in on hold pending project, you are very much eager to start the work. So you may have dependencies. Now, because obviously if you are not having dependencies, you would have already started the work, right? So first dependency is that you have not yet hired a project manager. That is the first dependency. So you have not hired a project manager, is not yet hired, right? That is the first dependency. Second dependency, if it is say some internal project, internal transformation project, some department do not have certain resources, and because of which you are saying that let's wait for that resources to come. It may be manpower, it may be technical, it may be not technical, it may be logistical. So internal resourcing, absence of resourcing. absence of resourcing. Absence of resourcing. So these are the most of the critical reasons because of which these are the critical dependencies. These are the critical two dependencies: project manager, which you have not hired, and absence of resourcing internally within the company, because of which you are not able to start the project, or you have not started the project. Many a time, I am very unfortunate to say that company also, leadership sometimes they kind of are very comfortable, and then they are not taking it on a very probably they are taking it on a lighter note. So mostly in the top level management that doesn't happen, because they are very serious people, most of the top level management, because they are responsible for financials for the company, profits and losses and all. So it's all about money. So they're very serious guys, but at the same time, sometimes the company, mid-layer management may be a little bit more comfortable, and they're saying that let's wait and all, right? So now, how, whatever happened. You have already lost 8 months of your time. You cannot bring it back. There is no point of going to the past and speaking about we would have done this, we have done this wrong, we would have corrected this. There is no point, because we cannot go back on time and then correct that, right? But we have September, October, November, December. So I'll be very practical on this particular aspect. And I will also tell you what probably you can do it in next time, right? Would have done. That answer I will tell you, right? So right now you have only 4 months time. You have only 4 months. You have only 4 months time. And in 4 months you will have to achieve this project. You will have to achieve this project, right? So first of all, in project manager hiring, your management says that this is already starting 4th quarter. This is 3rd quarter, end of 3rd quarter, September, end of 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter comes, 4th quarter all the budget freezes. I'm not going to hire anyone. I don't need anyone. I'm not going to pay a single penny for project manager. Okay? If that is the kind of picture which you have, or if you are saying that I've already spent a lot of money throughout last 8 months, I don't have money left now. I have probably very less money, so I may not be able to hire some very experienced person, okay, as a project manager, but I can definitely hire somebody who are available with less money, right? Conditional statements are there. So whenever from the leadership person, this is what my understanding goes, serving the industry for last 27 years, that as a leader, as a manager, as a leader, we have to keep our eyes and ears open. We have to check for options available. And the only objective the first primary objective which comes in a leader's mind, who are serving the business actually, that how the business can benefit out of it, okay? And then obviously the people who are working, that is the second, criteria. The first criteria is how the business can get benefited out of it. So coming back to the project manager, so conditional statement, you have less money available, you are not able to spend good amount or say appropriate amount to hire an experienced project manager, point number 1. Point number 2, that you don't have money or your budget is not released because it is already landing in 4th quarter, company freezing the budget, financial teams are not going to approve your hiring. So you are not going to hire anyone from outside, you have to somehow complete the project on time. So this is where the human resource capability is coming inside, right? So as I being an ex-IBMer, and along with some of my past companies, global companies like Microsoft, Thomson Reuters, HCL Technology, Hindustan Computer Limited Technologies, these are all very, very big name, and IBM and Microsoft being the topmost, Thomson Reuters being the topmost in financials. So all of these, world class, IBM is more than 100 years old company, right? All these decade old companies, they always follow best practice because that is why their business is expanding like anything. Okay? Business only expand when the business follows best practices. Within these companies, from the human resourcing part of it, as I have myself has experienced this. I was a core technology serving person, right? I was a Windows Windows expert, Windows Server expert, and I have served core on Windows Server technologies for 14 years, little bit more than 14 years of my time, right? And then I have landed up with transition transformation projects, and then from there IT security, the rest of the journey started, right? So this particular possibility has happened. Most of my career transition has happened when I was working with IBM. It is one of the best company to work for. I'm vouching for it because I have worked there for multiple organizational unit of IBM, okay, and including the Candrail, who is Candrail right now. Previously it was IBM's internal operation. So I was also part of that operation. So what these big companies they provide, they understand the human capabilities. They understand the manpower capabilities, right? I was very much interested in management. I was interested along with my job doing the technology deliverable, leading my teams and all. I was very much interested with project. I was very much interested with rest of the compliance, GRC, all of those things. I was interested, and since I was interested, my managers has given me opportunity to start spending time on additional work which used to be coming by, and I was ready to take it up. It was not company giving you pressure to take it, but I was ready, okay? And managers have seen that, okay, Bipin Bargwai has that capability, he's interested, okay? And he has spent so much of time, he is learning, let him give an opportunity, right? And that's how I have started learning multiple verticals of technology and business throughout my life till now, right? And this is what the human capability, the discovery of human capability is completely residing with the functional managers, the managers to whom the resources are reporting. The functional managers, not the HR. HR is the second line. They are the people who are sitting on probably 5,000 feet. But if you talk about the functional managers are sitting on 100 feet from the ground. The ground is nothing but the entire employee base, and then 100 feet functional managers are sitting. They exactly know that Tom has capability, additional capability on this area. Ramesh has this capability on this area. Suresh has this capability on this area. They understand. Shelly has this capability on this area. They understand that capability. They have seen those people. Everybody has unique attributes. Everybody has capability. As long as companies, as long as the functional managers gives that opportunity to their resources, they will be able to perform. It is all about, not about forcing. It is about understanding the capability and then giving the opportunity to the resource, saying that, okay, you want to work on this, please go ahead and start working, right? So this is what the beauty of, discovery of manpower capability. Now this is the responsibility of the functional management, and then probably HR can come later on. They can give they can run their own program to understand, a technology guy. I will tell you an example. A technology person, the person who works on coding, that person might be very good graphic designer. It can happen. Graphic designing on this part, coding is on this part, but that person has everybody has multiple talent, right? A person who is probably a very good project manager, at the same time that person can be a very good architect. He or she knows exactly how to create architecture, right? A very good people manager can be a fantastic technical guy, core technical guy. Every individual people in this world have multiple talents. That talents companies need to understand, and company have to believe on the resources. They have to give them the opportunity. You do not get everything ready-made in this world. You have to build it, right? And this is what big decade-old companies who have hundreds and thousands of employees across the globe, quality resources, they understand this very clearly, and they follow this practice very, very clearly. And because of that, those companies are expanding like anything. They are performing well. They're having a very good name. I am very proud to be calling myself as an IBMer. We used to have once an IBMer, always an IBMer, because that is the kind of quality. Those companies work as an institution. It is something like universities are institution, right? Universities, we call it an institution where people learn, they understand, they educate for their life. These big companies like Microsoft, IBM, Thomson Reuters, ACL Technologies, Wipro, okay, big names, I can take it up. There are plenty of names in the world, okay. All of these companies are actually institutions. They teach people, they enable their employees for their life journey, for their life struggle, for their life fight, for their life career. They teach that. This is how these companies become decade-old company. Otherwise, you will see some company coming up 10 years, survive, gone, finish, merging with somebody else, or probably the name itself is gone. Practices makes companies perfect and go for a longer time. Coming back, so project manager, you will definitely have. You don't have budget, no problem. You have people, internal people within your company. You need to identify. Within your department, you might have somebody who is willing. He is interested, he or she is interested to do project management, knows how exactly to do coordination. There are people who speak very good. They have a very good, people relation, because project management is all about people relation. You have to know, you have to get work done from another person. That is the most toughest attribute a person can have. If you can get a work done by another person, that is the most toughest quality a person has. You can send 100,000 escalation email, the work will never get done. But a very nice talk for 5 minutes can get the work done for 30 minutes. That is the biggest quality anybody can have. There are people who has that quality, right? You have to pick those internal resources and tell them, I have a project, I need your support, I know you are interested in project management. Why don't you dig in? Why don't you take this? Believe me, that person will bless you, because that person wants to grow their career. They will say, this is my opportunity. Don't worry, sir. I will not impact my operational, current operation. Okay? I will also work on this. And that person will give you more than 100% in order to complete your project. So you have to align your resources. So project manager, you need to have internal resource, or I will say internal headcount alignment. You have to align one resource internally. They will not even ask you for overtime also, believe me. If you are giving somebody an opportunity, they will be very happy and they will get you the work done. They will not even ask for saying that I have spent 2 hours extra, sir, please give me overtime. No, they will never ask. Because you are giving them lifetime opportunity. The person would have been doing a technical role for entire life, but you have given that person an opportunity to do a project. That itself is kind of a award to those people, right? So you need to understand that. So internal headcount alignment is one of the way that you can do it if you do not have your budget being approved in order to finish the project, right? At the same time, if you have budget to approve, approved budget, but you have less amount, it's already year end, you have spent so much of money, throughout the operation. Running an operation is like running your own house. Every month you have expense. So similarly, you have expense, you have people working, you have capex, you have opex, right? So you have less money left for 4 months. Okay, you can hire on part-time basis. You can hire on part-time basis, or you can hire skilled project manager on time-bound basis, saying that I have this project, a skilled project manager like me, okay, part-time basis, or you can also hire on contract. You can hire on hourly basis, okay, part-time basis, hourly basis you can hire. And then you can also, many a time, it is always, if you are going for experienced person like me, right now in 2025, the market is very saturated, okay, there are plenty of very skilled people are jobless, okay. This is how the industry works, it's a private industry, right. Now, if from those people, those very skilled people, they need job, like me, I need a job right now, right. So from that perspective, if somebody comes and tell me that, Mr. Bipin, I have a project which is supposed to take 12 months of time, because of 1, 2, 3, 4 falana reason, I could not start that project, but I have 4 months, September, October, November, December, okay, I am a golden visa holder, I am giving an example, and then, since you don't require visa, golden visa holder, UAE golden visa holder, anyway the project is here, since you don't need visa, we can get you the work permit, okay, against your visa. And then why don't you, make sure that, why don't you do one thing, you review this project requirement, because as a project manager I need to review believe me, there are many projects which is being factor that for 12 months, but actually you can finish it in 6 months or 3 months also. There are ways of doing these things, right? Every project manager who have spent their quality time in project management, multiple project management, they know the way around, right? And believe me, everybody is like chef in the kitchen. We are like chef in the kitchen, project managers. Each one of us has our own ways of cutting onions. We know how to cut onions, right? Okay, but my way of cutting onions is different, but another chef has a different ways of cutting onions. But we are expert in doing what is supposed to be done in my way. So every project managers exactly know how to finish, and each of them, somewhere there will be certain relativity. There is no way, no problem around that. But each of those project managers, including even me, we all know exactly how to finish a fast track a work. 6 month project, how to finish in 3 months. 12-month project, how to finish that project in 4 months. Everything we know about that. Okay, if you give us the full free hand saying that Mr. Bipin, take this project, review it, let me know if there are, in many a time what happens is that if you are supposed to build a building, 10-floor building, and in order to construct a 10-floor building, industry practice, whatever you do, day and night labor you put it, okay, but 10-floor building will take you 1 year minimum. Right? That is how it is. Day and night, 24 hours you put labor, 3 shift, no problem. Okay? Put everything, all machinery, everything. But still, after investing everything, the minimum window that to build that building 10 years, 10 floor buildings will require 1 year time. So that is there. That conditional statement is there. You cannot decrease beyond the minimal. Right? But at the same time, you can always finish as much as possible. So project managers, we understand those. We have our own way. So if you go ahead and hire, say for example, me only, I'm just giving it as an example. Okay, project manager, Bipin Bargwai, you are currently available, you have your golden visa, if you want, we can start work from tomorrow. I will get you the work permit, that's not a problem. Why don't you do one thing, just take this, project requirement. I have only 4 months, whatever support you need, I will get you, but I want you to finish this project in next 4 months. Although this project was factored for 12 months, you let me know if there is any way something will be left behind, we will take care of it, no problem. Okay? There is a saying, something is better than nothing. You don't have anything to eat, but you have rice to eat, only rice. You don't have any problem. You will not go hungry, right? There are projects, you may not be able to complete in 4 months the entire 100%, but you can complete 75%. Management will say, okay, no problem, because of all the challenges in 2025 that we had, financially, globally, I have already spoken about. So at least you guys could complete it in last 4 months, you guys could complete 75% of the project. That is beautiful. I am good. Your KPI is achieved. Mr. Director, Mr. Senior Director, Mr. CISO, CTO, CIO, take your bonus. Right? Everybody works for money. Yeah? Everybody has families to feed. No harm to tell them. Right? So, basically, this is how it is. So, you have to go ahead, there is one way that you can do internal headcount alignment. Find out the person who is interested. Give that person the responsibility. That person will be very grateful. It's a win for him or her. It's a win for the company. At the same time, you have little bit money left. You can hire people like me, people like, who are the other available project managers. You can say them that I have this project. 4 months you have, Mr. Bipin. Okay, I have very less money. Tell me how much you want in 4 months. But I want commitment that, after you review the project requirement, I'll give you all the support, don't worry. You want support for, say, SAP deployment. I'm just giving an example. SAP is running very, very high right now in LinkedIn and all. When I am looking for jobs, I'm searching for jobs, I'm finding SAP project manager. Every company is, I think, deploying SAP. It's a good thing, right? So, say for example, you hire me as an SAP project manager, and you say that, Mr. Bipin, I have to deploy SAP, these modules. There are multiple modules in SAP. It's a back office support platform, right? Back office support platform, ERP platform, back office support platform. So it has multiple module for finance, module for HR, module for this, that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? You tell me that, Mr. Bipin, you have only 4 months. I have, say, for example, I'm just giving some, say, 40,000 or 50,000 I have in my budget. I cannot go beyond that. 4 months, if you take 50,000, you give me, you deploy, I have 5 modules in SAP in this year. If you can deploy 5, it is well and good. But if you say that no, time will not permit, because 24/7 people are not working, it is only 8/5, so time is there. If we go neck to neck also, we can only deploy, say, out of 5 module, we can deploy only 4 module. 1 module will be still left out. I'm sorry to say. If that is the kind of review, post review it comes through, then you can say, okay, 4 module, if we can deliver 4 module, it is well and good. If the finance teams and everybody, HR, all the critical, business unit get their SAP module working by January 2026, I will be happy. Or maybe within, as part of the project management, agile practices, container by container, phase by phase, 1 module, 1 month, 1 module left, released for finance. Next month, 1 module released for HR. Next month, 1 module released for logistics. Like that. So, phase by phase deployment. So, people will start seeing actions from this year only. Right? So, if that is the kind of thing, say 50,000, Mr. Bipin, please take it. 4 months, okay? Please deploy. I'm in need of job. I'm an experienced guy. I will review the requirement. Management is giving support. I need support alone. I cannot break the entire, I am the guy who is supposed to do the coordination, getting the things, connect all the dots. But at the same time, there has to be people working, right? We have already spoken during my last video. So, out of 5 SAP modules, 4 modules are deployed and gone live within this year only. Management say, wow, very good. Give a clap, right? I get 50,000, you get the products, you happy, you get your bonus, management happy, business is getting work. Good for everyone. So, the second part, you have limited money, you can still hire experienced people with the right set of approach. This is, I say in general, this is for any business, any management, project management, whatever management you say. Any leader, any good manager, any good leader will keep always the business as first. The business benefit first. Okay? Beyond anybody in the system. Business results first. That is the priority. If business runs, money comes. If money comes, my family runs. Others' families run. This is what a typical, very good leader, practical leader thinks in that way. Right? Because it's about everyone. It's about the business. So, if the business focus is there, you will find out this solution. I have already spoken about 2 solutions for the project, which is project manager you have not yet hired. You would like to start the project. You have 4 months. You can either, if you don't have any kind of single dollar, company is not spending, the budget is not getting approved, you can still go for your internal resources, find out the right person who is interested in doing the project management, and then you can say that person, buddy, please, I'll give you, you don't have to even give him the hope for any certificate or something, not required. That person will learn the work practically, that person will accept it. At the same time, you have some money left out, you want some experienced person because the project is critical. You need somebody to handle the things properly. In fast track, like SAP kind of thing, you cannot give a new person. You can give if you have time, because the new person will be a little bit slow. But if you give to an experienced project manager, the project manager will be very, very productive from the day one only. So in that kind of scenario, you can go for contractual hiring, time-bound hiring, dedicated time-bound hiring. Say 4 months, Mr. Bipin Bargohain, please work. At least give me 75% output for this project within this year. 50,000 you take it, please. Can you do it? This is what is the project manager problem, right? The second problem is absence of resource. Now, absence of resource is one of the biggest challenge in any project, whether that is a delayed project, whether that is a normal project, where there is a pending project, doesn't matter, absence of resource. Now, when we talk about absence of resource, there are 2 kinds of absence of resource. One is CapEx and one is OpEx, right? So, let me just erase these things. So, absence of resource, when we talk about, one is CapEx, one is OpEx. CapEx and OpEx, right? So when we talk about capex, I'm sure that most of you know about this, what I'm speaking about. It's about the assets. If you have certain servers need to be created, certain software need to be purchased for the project to proceed, some additional softwares need to be procured for the project to proceed, right? And you don't want to spend money, or probably your budget is not approved. So that is one of the way, okay? So in this particular scenario, you have to find out the concept called as reusability. When the business has money, this is a problem actually. I have seen in many big companies. Reusability. People forget reusability. They simply say, yeah, it's software, I will pay $10,000, I will get the software. Company has budget, $1 million budget they has given, 10,000 is nothing. Okay, let me go ahead and spend. They reinvent the wheel. Okay, big companies, the MNCs, multinational companies do not reinvent the wheel. This is a loss. Now, if you say about loss, I am sure most of you have learned about, loss, lean, waste, right? They call it as waste. All this terminology they keep on creating. But if you try to simplify, the things are all simple. Waste, lean waste. We used to speak about lean, right? Previously, now it is agile and all of this. Lean waste. What is waste? When you already have a server internally, I am just giving an example. You are using certain cloud services. Okay, you have to deploy the SAP. You have already purchased the software. It's a cloud-based or maybe local, hard set, locally installable licenses that you have procured, and then you need servers. Okay, you already have 100 plus servers already being utilized. It's a cloud-based servers. Okay, you need to create another additional, say, 10 servers for the SAP platform to be hosting there, and that 10 servers will cost you some falana $100, and then you are not getting approval for that $100 right now, right? If that is the kind of scenario, what are you going to do? You will keep it on pending, because if you think it very, very simply, if you are not keeping your eyes and ears open, right, left and center, if you are not looking, and if you are just looking straight, you will say, company budget is not getting approved, I am not able to purchase that 100 servers, I cannot deploy set. Kalas, finished. Straight view, like a horse. You have two what you call as that ladder, leaves on the horse eye, and you just walk straight. Right? Management, if they work in this way, they forget about reusability, reinvention. Okay? They do reinvention, and they forget about reusability. Now, you remove that patta, you remove that leaf from the horse eye, horse will start looking left, right and center. Whichever way is easy for the horse to run, they will run. Right? If that happens for a management leader, then what happens? The management leader will look right, left and say, there are 100 plus servers already operation is using. How many of these servers are not used enough? Some of the servers might be sitting idle. Let's find out. Ask the IT team. IT team looked into the data. IT team found 5 servers. 5 servers not being used by anybody, just sitting idle. Yeah? 5 servers, $50 saved. Then you go back to business saying that, see boss, out of 100 plus servers, which we already have, 5 I could bring it out, which can be utilized for SAP without impacting the operation. Another 5 you have to give me money. Then management will say, okay, good, very good, very good. Okay, I am giving you $50. At least you have done your work. If management do not see, if the leadership, if the CIO, CFO, CTOs do not see your effort, and you simply go and tell them that I need 10 servers, give me this much of money, they say no, budget is locked, I can't pay you. Why did not you ask me earlier? Why did not you spend from your other money? Why, blah, 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 blah. Questions going back in the past started hitting nails. Nobody is going nowhere. So, reusability is the option where the capex is coming. You need to understand, you need to look inside. You will find out some servers, physical servers, you will find out some physical servers also. I myself has retrieved so many laptops which were just off the shelf So many working laptops, it were being redistributed back inside the company. I myself have done it. As long as you keep your eyes and ears open, you will be thinking to reuse. So reuse your infrastructure. Reinvent, don't reinvent. Reinventing. Do not reinvent. Don't reinvent the wheel. When the wheel is there, use it. So reusable is one of the very big attribute. Big companies, multinational companies, they utilize this. They don't forget these things. It's part and parcel. It is a daily bread and butter for them. But mid-sized and small companies, they forget this because they have a money quota. They look into the money quota. They are eager to spend money. That has to be stopped, right? So capex is something which you can control through reusable. Do not reinvent. Do your part. So management, therefore, management will support you. You don't show anything, you sit idle, send one email, management will say, not interested. Wait for next year. Right? Coming to OPEX. In the OPEX, what happens is that operational, this is important. The challenges when mostly people, okay? Your internal employees, this is something which I have personally experienced this throughout my entire life. Okay, and I'm sure that many of the project managers, the program managers who have done project management leaderships, who are probably going to watch this video or you are watching right now, so they knows this problem. The operational teams will be so busy doing their operations. The project is initiated. Management send one email, project initiation, project manager goes to the teams. Team says, I don't know anything about this, buddy, don't come to me. Go and talk to my manager. Manager, you go and talk to the manager and director. Director say, oh, I did not receive any memo. My dear, why don't you do one thing? Set up one meeting on day after tomorrow, after 2 days. We will speak about it, then we will take it forward. 2 days, gone, lost. When you have a project, you have 4 months, you did not start that project at the beginning of the year, you have lost so much of time, you want to finish that project, everybody have to work. That means, if say tomorrow, you give me, I'm just giving this as an example because example you will understand this better. You give me the SAP, 5 modules, you give me 50,000 dirham, example, right, for 4 months, and then you say, Mr. Bipin, start work from tomorrow. Okay, this is what the SOW, this is the contract, these are the vendors, start work. But is that enough? That is not enough. The person who will be appointing me, the CTO and CIO. So CTO and CIO will say, okay, draft one email to all the department directors, all the department heads, that Mr. Bipin Bargwai is joining us for 4 months to handle the SAP project with a commitment of 75%, not 75, 100%. Then it will happen 75%, right? 100%, commitment to finish the SAP project by end of this year. We want your active cooperation of your resources from your departments. Please make sure you assign one spoke from each of your department so that they are responsible for their part of the work, your departmental part of the work, because you have to do discovery and everything. For SAP, data discovery is required. You have to do discovery, you have to connect to their existing application. There are plenty of work. All this integration requires plenty of work. When you are working with data, you have to work with the department. Right? As a project manager, I will run from pillar to post, no problem. I will run from each and everybody. I will not sit in front of my laptop. I will run throughout the entire day. Always be working with the people's desk. Sit on their desk, not on meeting room, but on their desk I will work, no problem. But I have to have people who should tell me, give me time. Once that email goes from the CTO and CIO, everybody will be, all the directors, all the head of the department say, oh, email came from CTO, CIO, okay. If I do not give support in this end of the year, my KPI will be impacted because the CTO and CIO will sign off my KPI. No, I cannot make him or her disappointed. Mail from the right stakeholder counts. If that email HR sent, all the directors will forget. They will say, okay, HR only. CTO and CIO has to send that email with that 2 or 3 line email is more than enough in their leadership meeting saying that, guys, you have met Mr. Bipin Bargwai, right? So he is doing the SAP project. I don't want complaint from him. I need you guys to support him. Give him resource. Your best resource you give him. Okay, I want this project to be finished. That line is more than enough in board meeting. All the directors will be running. All the head of the departments will be running. They will give time because then it is an official statement. They are part of this project. This particular communication is very, very important. If you as a CTO and CIO or C-level executive, if you hire me tomorrow, you give me the SOW contract and you just do one part of the story, the other part of the story you don't initiate, I will not get support. I'll go to the teams and they will keep me running and running. All the directors and all the head of the departments will keep on playing and playing because no official communication came. They don't have commitment. Absence of commitment from the department will be there. So, although I would have given my whole-hearted 8 hours, 10 hours of running time from one department to another department, even me doing lot of their work, I can also do segregation of data, this, that, I can do it wherever. Project manager do not have privileged access to any servers, nothing. Project manager do not have privileged access to any servers, any technical component, any databases. As a project manager, I'm not supposed to have access against the policy, security policy, right? Still, I can do some offline work. Although I will give my 100%, 110%, 120%, still after that the project will not achieve that KPI because the department for whom the SAP is getting deployed, those department has no commitment to this deployment. They have other works to do. So CTO and CIO, it is the responsibility that they are supposed to send that communication to all the department heads and then socialize that information in their board meeting so that all the department heads take or give commitment to it, take it accounted for, and then they provide the right support. And that's how. OPEX, absence of resourcing become presence of resourcing. Otherwise, it will be always absence of resourcing, right? So, I have seen this practice in many a time, and many a time it is absent. Okay? Leadership is just looking on the project manager. Leadership is not looking on the rest of the story. That's a delta area which need to be looked into, right? So, we have spoken about the first one, which is on hold pending project and absence of resourcing, and then project manager, how you can go ahead and hire, right? So, let's go to the second part, which is in progress project, but with very minimal deliverable which is happening. Let me just wipe out this window. So, second one is in progress minimum percentage what? Goals or minimum percentage in progress project minimum percentage achieved. Okay, the project has been initiated by beginning of the year. You have taken help from some internal resource or maybe some project manager who is working on some other project, and you have asked that person that please give some time. That person say, okay, it is not my project, I'm just supporting on ad hoc basis, right? So maybe what you are doing here is that you have an existing PM and you are engaging him on ad hoc basis. It is not his primary responsibility, but he is assisting, right? Or you may have engaged an internal headcount who has experience on project management, and that is also on ad hoc basis. Okay, now the first point, you have engaged a project manager on ad hoc basis. When it is ad hoc basis, the ad hoc term, ad hoc is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It is assisting. The moment you engage a resource with any kind of work, if you say, I want your ad hoc support on this, that means you are not serious. You are just running the time. Okay? You are not serious. Ad hoc word is being utilized in private industry so much nowadays. Everybody is using ad hoc, but they don't understand what impact it gives. That the moment you say ad hoc, it's a time pass. Now do it. If the result is coming okay, if result doesn't come okay. Alright? So what generally I have observed is that resources are being utilized as ad hoc, and then when the delivery is not being done, they put all the blame, management, all the blame on the ad hoc resource, saying that this guy did not do it. They need a container. That is how the business don't operate. That is how you never get quality results. You never achieve your business results. You may be running your show, no doubt. You can have your shop, keep on selling products, but you will not get profit. You will just run it. This is what it is. Ad hoc. It's not serious. Ad hoc is equal to not serious. Right? So you hire a project manager, put that project manager on an ad hoc basis. You already have a project manager, who is busy with something. Maybe in SAP only, I'll give an example. There is an IT security security project manager who is doing very major deployment. You go and tell him that, buddy, this year very bad. Okay, you have to also continue your job. Why don't you do one thing? Why don't you support this project on ad hoc basis? Please take the SAP work also. Okay, that guy will say, okay, no problem, because that person wants to, save the job. Everybody needs job for their family per se, right? So that person will support ad hoc. He will say, okay, commitment, any commitment, sir? No commitment. Commitment is there. Finish as much as possible. As much as possible. Very dangerous word. As much as possible. What is this? As much as possible. Dangerous word. Another dangerous word. Okay? You say as much as possible, achieve it. No problem. No escalations. Don't worry. The project manager, whole day spent on IT security, critical deployments, and then sometime he or she start spending ad hoc on your SAP project, which itself is a very critical work. Do you think that there will be any kind of progress will happen on that? No. There will be some deck will go end of the week to your leadership. Okay, some percentage progress, some blah 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 here there discussions. You will still not achieve any critical output out of it because you are utilizing ad hoc. Right? So in this scenario, right now, say for example, your scenario is that you are doing that SAP project deployment 5 module. You have engaged your internal IT security project manager who is already busy in deploying many critical work. That person has been giving best effort basis, dangerous word, best effort basis, as much as possible, ad hoc basis to the SAP program. Right now it is September. Okay, September going to start, August is ending, and then you get updates. Only 10% complete. Only 10%. No go live, nothing has happened. You have already spent 3 quarters, 5 modules. Out of 5 modules, if the work would have done properly, probably 5 modules would have gone live only till now. All the 5 modules. But only 10%, you are still stuck with many things. Go live is very far. Any module go live is very, very far. How to finish this work right now? Question is very critical. The internal project manager, the IT security project manager, is already having lots of work, year end coming. There are deliverables, security director, security head is giving pressure, finish it. The person will have less and less amount of attention into this area. You understand the problem what I am saying, right? And you have to go back. You have to go back to the action plan which I have spoken previously, just now, few minutes back, right? You have to go back and find out somebody who can spend quality time, take their commitment, or find out people like me who are available on the time-bound basis, finish the work. That is the way. I have already given you the solutions just few minutes back in my previous board, right? Now coming to the internal headcount, okay, which I have already spoken right now. You have given some internal headcount. That person is not experienced, not giving much time also, the person is busy. Some say, for example, you have given this responsibility, the SAP program responsibility, to an architect, IT architect. Companies have IT architects. IT architect, the people who do the architecting, they're TOGAF certified persons. You have an IT architect, you tell him, buddy, we can't hire project manager, no budget approved, please handle the SAP project, please, ad hoc basis. The person is already architecting for the entire company, he has his core responsibility, he or she, and then ad hoc, best effort, all those terms are so casual terms, still the progress is maybe 15%. He says, I have so much of architecting going on, I am supporting complete data center redesigning, I am supporting IT security, all those deliverables which is happening right now, I am upgrading the databases, the core databases are getting upgraded, what are you expecting from me? I will run on this also. I am supporting with whatever I could support. 15% progress is so much. You are not happy, give it to somebody else. No problem. You understand the problem here. So, you go back to the solution which I have just spoken previously. So, in case of in progress and minimum, achievement which you already had right now, till now, there is no need for any of us to go back to past, start discussing about why this could not happen, why it was not being done, why you did not do it, why did not you escalated it earlier, I could have given help. Those questions will not help you. You can create an RCA, no problem. But business is not going to get benefit out of it. Clearly, that RCA, what business is going to do? That RCA business is not going to do anything. Business will do the moment HR module of the SAP is gone live, HR can utilize that for their operation. That is the business output. This RCA, if you create also, root cause analysis, why that resource could not perform this, what HR is going to do with that operation? In HR operation, it has no value. Finance operation, it has no value. They will say, what are you displaying RCA? What I am going to do with this? Business focus is required. There are questions, these questions you should have thought about at the beginning of the year when the strategies were being decided. This is why the senior leadership are sitting. This is why people having experienced 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of experience, people with gray hairs who have seen their life 50 plus years, 55 plus years, 45 plus years experienced people are sitting. They create strategies because they have seen life, they have seen the industry, they have worked through, they have seen problems, they fix problems. If you would have not created the strategy which I have spoken earlier at the beginning of the year, there is no point for you to find out why it was not being done earlier. You think today I'm going to create this, I'm going to implement this, I'll find out somebody who can take care of this, I'm going to find out somebody who can start this work from tomorrow, full time. Whatever is needed, I'm going to do it. I need to make this particular project finish. I need to give the SAP HR module to the HRs. I need to give SAP finance module to the finance teams. I need to give SAP, logistics module to the logistics team so that they can operate, so that they can work. So this particular mindset from you is going to take you to the next level, going to make your pending projects for this year in 2025, the pending projects, you only have 4 months. In 4 months, you can still achieve with colorful remarks. You can still, give a very satisfactory smile to your board. You can still have your KPIs achieved. You can still have your bonuses. You can still give bonuses to your employees end of the year because the achievements can be done. You still have time. Only thing is that you have to take the right action and without wasting any further time. So this is what is about pending projects till now and how to finish it in next 4 months. Once again, Bipin Bargwai from Sharjah, Dubai. I am available currently. If you need my expert services, please feel free to connect and we will have further discussions. Thank you very much. Once again, I have more practical, YouTube whiteboard session videos coming. please do watch for that. And anyway, if I have expertise, I have spent my 27 years with multiple verticals of technologies across multiple world-class companies, okay, including world-class, Middle East airline companies and all. You can go through my LinkedIn profile, you'll find out that details. And then if you want to speak, we can always meet in person. I stay in Sharjah. We can always meet in person. We can always speak over telephone call. We can always speak over online, online meeting. And then we can take it forward. But I can, support your business in multiple verticals of technology-based businesses. In multiple vertical, whether that is product management, project management, IT, security, whatever you say, 360-degree operation, headcount, fine-tuning, how best the business can achieve without impacting, of course, negatively impacting anybody in the environment, without negatively impacting anybody in the environment. That is very important, right? And that at the same time, the business get the benefit out of my services. So please feel free to connect. We can always speak about. Thank you very much once again for watching my YouTube whiteboard session. These are all practical sessions, and at any time, please feel free to connect. We will meet in our next video session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.